Commercial real estate has always provided stability in general, but I think that these tenants that we're dealing with today have a much greater balance sheet than they've ever had, and these are real companies. There's as we talked about earlier, there's a consolidation in the space, and so stability is formed. Stability is created from financial success, and stability and comfort really stems from understanding as well. And I think that today we live in a world where we're able to really understand what is being done procedurally. There's a plethora of information, right? I mean, Google has taught us everything, and so that's one. And then two, right, we have a situation where these tenants have just grown in size. And because they've grown in size, they are now going from small behemoths to big behemoths. And the 80-pound gorilla is now the 800-pound gorilla. And the investment community recognizes that and sees them as tenants that are going to live, breathe, and act the same way for a very long time in these buildings, which obviously solidifies values, for these assets. It goes without saying, right, that these medical tenants are getting bigger, right, which is what I was, describing. They're getting bigger because their revenues are growing. Why are their revenues growing? Their revenues are growing because, right, they've set up shop, they've established a patient base for 20, 30, 40 years. That patient base continues to grow. Then what, they can only handle so many patients. So then what starts growing, right? The revenue per time they see them, right? So, right, because there's only two ways you can grow ultimately. And one is in patient count and two is cost of services. So, over time, we see these very established patient bases, not be able to go anywhere and really, frankly, continue to invest in the buildings that they operate in, because they have a patient base to cater to, and that patient base isn't going anywhere. I think that, medical tenants are viewed as very, non-risky tenants because they have the patient base and revenue to create, to substantiate themselves. And so it's really simply, just a function of business and understanding that, hey, these tenants have the ability to continuously grow their patient base, make more money, and thus, the predictability of their rent that they pay to you, the landlord, is incredibly predictable because they have functioning, non-failing businesses.